Welcome to Crash Reviews. My name is Crash, and this is my review for The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 5. This is going to be my spoiler-free review. I am going to do a spoiler review as well. And that'll go up, should be day after this goes up. So, Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 5. Wow. There's a lot to unpack here. Doing it no spoilers is going to be a little bit tough, but we'll get through this. This was an awesome episode. It was the culmination of several storylines within the show and a continuation of a number of storylines from sources outside of just The Mandalorian. We get the return of characters from previous Disney Star Wars works, not the movies, the Clone Wars and Rebels and things like that. We get some really awesome action. We get some really good character and story development for Mando and for the child, Baby Yoda. We get a lot in this episode. So we have basic premise. Mando goes to this planet in search of, we know his mission is to find, we know his, no, still don't want to do that. He is on a mission to find somebody on this planet for Baby Yoda. He was tasked with a mission in season 1 to find Baby Yoda's people. And he's on that mission. And he goes to this planet in search of that mission and fulfillment of that mission. This is a planet ruled over by this despot who is abusing and oppressing these people and taking advantage of them, destroying the world. It seems, at least that seems to be what's indicated in the episode, is that this despot, she is just milking this planet dry and taking it for every possible resource she can. I don't know if that's why the planet looks desolate or if the planet would look desolate anyway. But it doesn't really need explaining. But over the course of this episode, we get some really, really awesome character growth and story growth. So if you haven't seen this yet, I definitely recommend giving it a watch, probably 2. I've just finished it for the first time, and I'm probably going to go back and rewatch it as soon as I'm done putting this review together and my spoiler review. So this one's a hard one to go over without spoiling. It really is. But we get a lot of reveals. We get some story tie-ins, and we get an indication of where the story's going to go. We already had gotten a little bit in the last couple episodes, but we get a greater indication of the direction this story's going to go, and what kind of time frame this is set in based upon the characters that show up and some of the references to other characters. My initial estimate for the time frame on The Mandalorian was somewhere between 20 and 30 years after Return of the Jedi. That might not be correct. I figured it was probably about 10 years maybe before the newer Disney trilogy, the Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker. I figured it was probably only about 10 years before that, since the Empire seems to be in tatters and run down. But I might be wrong. This might not be that far after Return of the Jedi. This might only be about 10 to 15 years after Return of the Jedi, which would be interesting considering the timeline compared to the expanded universe and some of the characters involved. But we get some definite indications of some of the directions this story is going to go, or possibly spin-off stories, live action spin-off stories, which I would not be adverse to. I am absolutely loving this live action Star Wars world. We are supposedly getting a live action Obi-Wan Kenobi show, which could be interesting. I don't know anybody that's really asking for a live action Obi-Wan Kenobi show, but I'm not going to complain if we get it and it's good. Definitely would love to see Ewan McGregor in that role again. He killed it in the prequels. I'm not the biggest fan of the prequels in general, but I think Ewan McGregor was perfect as Obi-Wan, as young Obi-Wan. But Mandalorian season 2, episode 5 was, I mean, fantastic. It was a great episode. It had its own interesting contained plot, and then had huge significance to the ongoing meta plot of the series and even the Star Wars universe in several ways. So, yeah, this episode absolutely gets an A+ for me. I love the episode. The portrayals of characters that are known to people who have watched Clone Wars or watched Star Wars Rebels was spot on. It was perfect. For those that don't know those characters, that's fine. You'll have things to learn as time goes on. I'm sure some of it will get revealed as time goes on, some of the history and everything. But yeah, this was a great episode. And if they can keep up this quality, I am so stoked to see more and more live action Star Wars out of Favreau and Filoni. This has just been an absolute triumph and achievement in Star Wars for me. Yeah, A+. Love the episode. Looking forward to the next one. Gonna go back and watch this once I'm done. Until next time, I've been Crash, and this was my review for The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 5. Have a great day, guys.